The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Chisago Lakes High School for this afternoon's basketball matchup here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I am, of course, out here broadcasting live on Nice 95.5 FM. But it's not just me today. I have a special guest with me this afternoon, and that is Chris Gable. First of all, Chris, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here to see this good boys basketball matchup over the holiday here.
And it is still technically Christmas break for a lot of these students, but we get a couple days after Christmas game, and this one should be a good one here between the Wildcats of Chisago Lakes and the visiting team, the Centennial Cougars. It has been a while since these two teams have played in basketball anyways. It has been some time. In fact, you have to go back all the way to 2018, the last time these two teams played, and that was at Centennial, where the Cougars got the win 93-67. So it has been a while since these two teams have played, and in the basketball world, it has been almost 6 years now since these two teams have played, but they'll face off again here today. It's very different, though, when you take a look at these last couple of years for these two teams. Centennial has struggled to get above 500 the last couple of seasons. It has been a rough go of things, but this year, a good start to the season for the Cougars of Centennial. They're off to a 5-1 start here, Chris. Good start for this Cougars team. They come in having only lost to Andover. And as we take a look at that Andover team, Andover, a pretty solid team in what seems like every sport here lately, but Andover this year 5-3. They're in the top 20 of the state in their class. So not a bad loss there for Centennial, but they have beat teams like New Prague, Blaine, Cambridge-Isani, Elk River, and Forest Lake. Two of the teams that we've mentioned on that list are two teams that some of us recognize, maybe not, but Cambridge-Isani is one of those, and Cambridge-Isani, their coach, McDonald, he's been around for a long time. He's a coach that when you mention Cambridge-Isani, you can't go without mentioning him, and he's a fantastic coach who's been at it for a very long time. He's a great coach. My son actually gets the honor of being coached by him on Saturday mornings in their K through 2, second grade, something like that. But it's so cool to see them be able to get coached by a guy like that. And again, just an honor to see him be out there and know that he's being coached by one of the best in the state. But then also Forest Lake has one of the better ones as well. And anytime that those two teams go at it, man, it's a fun journey to watch those two teams. And I know you and I were talking here just before we got on air about any time that those two teams face off, Cambridge-Isani and Forest Lake, it's just one you want to be a part of.
Yeah, the environment when you get the father-son coaches together is going to be an exciting atmosphere. And you're going to have to bring your A game, especially when you play Cambridge. Their motto is havoc, right? They want to wreak havoc on the court. They're not the biggest team, but they're going to work hard. Mm-hmm. So to see that Centennial has a big win over them, you know that they are going to be a team that comes out here today and works extremely hard.
Yeah, and Cambridge-Isani, as we take a look at them this year, they are 4-4, got off to a 2-2 start. It has been kind of pretty much that since then, actually. They lost to Buffalo, then beat Elk River, then lost to Centennial, then beat Princeton, then lost to Monticello, then beat St. Francis before going into a tournament over Christmas break, actually just Friday, Saturday. They beat Superior by 1 and then fell to Duluth-Denfeld. So it's been a back-and-forth year here for Cambridge-Isani, but they'll look to kick things off again after the new year this Friday at Forest Lake. And as we just talked about that matchup, that should be another great one right after the new year. But then they get right back into it against our local teams with North Branch and Chisago Lakes next Tuesday and Thursday. Those should be two really good matchups there. Those are also conference games in the Mississippi 8 and continuing with the conference games, they go the week after to play Becker and Zimmerman both on the road. So it doesn't get easier for Cambridge-Isani. That's one of the things when you play in this conference, Chris, of the Mississippi 8, there's really no night off.
Yeah, I was looking at the Chisago Lake schedule so far. They've only played a few conference games. So I think as a coach, you want to bide your time here in your non-conference schedule, maybe playing some bigger schools than you're used to, than you will face in your conference. So you got to keep your team positive and motivated for win your conference games. Those are going to be your big rivalries where records don't always matter.
Right.
And so you've got to keep your team focused. So I look here today. You got a Christmas Day or Christmas break game here, the December 30th. These players are not in their normal routine of the day, right? Some of these high school kids maybe slept in today. They're not in their routine. And I think both coaches have to do things to prevent their teams from coming out sluggish today, because it's so easy to do on a day with no school, no routine. So you got to do things. Maybe they had a shoot around this morning or got their kids here early today or before the bus left from Centennial, whatever. Got your kids in, got a little shoot around, get them moving, get the blood flowing before coming here today for the game.
I think that's a good point, too. You're off the norm of what would be a normal school week. You'd be here at about 6 p.m., and we'd start getting set up. They would start getting set up, and they'd start getting ready for their game as well. So it is a little bit different, especially on Christmas break. They're, like Chris had mentioned, your minds probably aren't quite into it quite yet, especially when you wake up and sleeping in a little bit. So you got to get that blood flowing and get your mind right as soon as possible. As we take a look at Chisago Lakes, their season started with 5 straight losses to Cloquet, Delano, Hudson, Matamidi, and Monticello. I take a look at those first 5 losses, Chris, and it's like, my goodness, it's a gauntlet, those first 5 games.
Yeah, especially, Chisago lost their leading scorer from last year. They're trying to figure out early who they got, what they got, who's going to score, who's going to be their big-time shooter, who's going to get them the bucket when they really need one. So the early part of the season, they're learning a lot. And you played some tough teams in there as well. So difficult. Coaches got to keep them motivated to keep fighting through the season.
Then they did finally win one after their 5-game losing streak. They beat Osceola. Yes, that is a Wisconsin team, 88-84. Then they lost a really fun one that I was a part of, a close one. They lost 80-79 to North Branch here, what would be coming up on 2 Thursdays ago now. But then they went up on that Saturday and played against Hermantown. They lost that one 97-84. That's another one where I don't think the final score really tells the whole story. I think Chisago was really close in that game, a lot closer than what that 13-point loss would say they were. So, again, it's been a great first 8 games for them, and by great I mean tough. They've just played some great opponents in those first 8 games, and after the new year it doesn't get any easier with Mounds View, Princeton, Cambridge, Isani, Zimmerman, St. Francis, and Big Lake, just to name the first few. So as you mentioned, Chris, it's kind of been a learning curve for these guys. They lost a good chunk of seniors last year, but they do get one of their guys back in Blake Seifert, who was a great compliment to Patrick Rowe last year. So they'll be leaning on him for his senior leadership. But again, it's a new lineup, and you're learning. Although they have played 8 games, they're still learning as the new season kicks off and gets underway. And I know you and I have talked before about how kind of you really don't for sure 100% know what you're going to have in your team till kind of after this Christmas break, and that's when really everything seems to kind of fall in line. Okay, this is what we got, this is who we are, and well, now is there a chance to kind of spot down what they are going to be this year. And again, they've had some close games, they've had some games where they've been a little bit more lopsided, but I think this team is headed in the right direction in a good way and quickly as well.
Yeah, if you split the boys' season up into thirds, you got your pre-Christmas break, and then you got your after-Christmas break, and then you got the February where you want to really play your championship basketball, right? You want to be your best as the playoffs near. And this Chisago Lakes team, I look at the schedule, once they start getting into the Mississippi 8 with Princeton, Cambridge, Zimmerman, St. Francis, Big Lake, Becker, that's where they're going to have to make their hay. Get some good conference wins against some rivalries where, like we talked about, the records don't necessarily matter. You're playing against an opponent that you really, really want to beat. There's a little rivalry. You probably know the players on the other team. You want to bring your A game in those games. And so I think Chisago Lakes, in this middle third of their season, get some wins, get some confidence before heading into the championship part of their season here.
And it will be a fun one as they go along. They'll be having a few more doubleheaders along the way, which those should always be fun. They'll have a doubleheader against Princeton another one here against St. Francis. We'll have another one here against Becker. And then another one against Cambridge Isani. That should be a really good one between the girls and the boys team. Of course, the girls team not too long ago just picked up their first win of the season as well. So we're going to take a quick commercial break here. We're going to come back, and then after that, we should be ready and set for tip-off here inside Chisago Lakes High School for this boys basketball game here during Christmas break. Of course, you're listening to that game right here on 95.5 FM KBEK.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
Again, Gabe Ney-Gilman along with Chris Gable here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. We're getting set for the boys basketball game here on Christmas break between the Chisago Lakes Wildcats and the Centennial Cougars at Chisago Lakes High School. We're going to take one more commercial break, and then when we return from that break, we'll be ready for tip-off here at Chisago Lakes High School. So again, one more word from our fine sponsors. Again, we can't do without them. And then back for tip-off here on KBEK.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Your local radio home for Minnesota Vikings football is WCMP.
Breaks another at the 30, and he's loose!
Your favorite hometown team with your favorite players.
Caught by Jefferson!
Don't miss the hits, the action.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Catch the excitement all season long.
And he caught it!
Minnesota Vikings football is on Cool Country 100.9.
WCMP.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, load up on deals like Heggy's Pizza, 2 for $16 with a new breakfast pizza available. Starbucks Frappuccinos are 2 for $7. Buy a fountain drink and get a Reese's King Size for only $2. And fill your propane tanks for $3.99 a gallon. Get ready for hunting and frying that turkey 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK. Game Day Gilman joined alongside by Chris Gable for this Christmas break boys basketball game between the Chisago Lakes Wildcats and the Centennial Cougars. Taking a look at the starting lineups for the Centennial Cougars. It is number 0, Zach Espinosa. Then number 2, Max Johnson. Number 11, Kellen Binder. Number 21, Jackson Dreisen. And number 23, Tristan Hansen. On the other side for Chisago Lakes, it is number 0, Blake Seifert. Number 2, Colton Betts. Number 3, Joe Cohenhoven. 24, Cohen Underhill. And 34, William Pearson. It will be Seifert and Hansen at center court, ready for tip-off here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK. Brace Orthodontics scoreboard shows 18 minutes up there. And tip-off is won by the Wildcats. Cohenhoven, and he'll now give it off to Betts. Betts on the near side to Underhill. Underhill lost it out of bounds, and it's an early turnover here for the Wildcats, and they'll hand it back over to Centennial. So Centennial will start with Johnson in the backcourt. Now to Dreisen. Dreisen up on the near side. Going in the near side corner to Hansen. Hansen double team. Trying to give it off far side. And the man underneath the basket gives it back outside to Dreisen. That is going to go out of bounds. They're going to say off of a member of the Wildcats. It will stay with Centennial. Centennial will get set to inbound with Espinosa on the near side. And he'll throw it in, and it goes off of a Wildcat foot. Looks like Cohenhoven there kicked it.
Chisago Lakes is starting the game in a man defense here.
Binder with it now, gives it over to Espinosa. Gets by the defender, now pulls up from about the free throw line. It's no good on the shot, rebounded by Hansen, and now stolen away by Blake Seifert. Seifert up the court, gives off to Cohenhoven. Cohenhoven had it blocked, but it's knocked over to Betts. It was blocked there by Hansen. And now Betts with it. Betts trying to drive inside, gives it underneath, and a nice job there by Betts on the assist to Pearson, and the Wildcats are on the board first.
Chisago Lakes has got a little man-to-man press here as Centennial gets the ball up the floor.
And that shot just missed there by Binder, and it is knocked out of bounds by a member of Chisago Lakes. So Centennial catching a break there. That was a good pass, though, there by Centennial to get Binder open for the shot, but just simply missed. Dreisen will get set to inbound for Centennial. It is blocked, stolen away by Seifert, but then it was stolen right back as he tried to get it back into play. And Hansen will drop it in for 2.
I like the effort so far by Chisago on the defensive side. They're really making Centennial work hard for everything they're getting.
Near side, Underhill has it now to Seifert. Seifert driving in, shot is up, lays it in for 2. That is Blake Seifert to make it 4-2 Chisago Lakes. Johnson giving it up the court. Now it's stolen away by Betts. Betts finding the lane, driving, shot is a little off, and Pearson tried to come back and just tip it back in, but it's no good. And now his shot had a hand on it as he grabbed the rebound, but as he went for it once again after the shot was, again, had a ton of hands around it, knocked out of bounds by him, and it will go Out of bounds and be Centennial ball. Checking into the game now is Marshawn Carlvin, excuse me. And Carlvin has it. Nearly stolen away. Up the court, and a 2 for Hansen to tie us at 4 apiece. Quick sub here, and that's the way these two teams look to go. Chisago Lakes will sub quick. Centennial will look to match that as well. Conovan gives it over to Seifert for 3. It's off the mark, but driving in for the rebound is Conovan, and he misses on the shot, but gets the rebound, but he gets fouled as well. And now he'll go to the line to shoot 2. It's the first team foul, and that one's going to go against Carlvin.
Give Chisago Lakes a lot of credit here. They're 1-7 on the season, but they are really working hard, grabbing offensive rebounds, making Centennial work hard as the first free throw's off, no good. Making Centennial work really hard on the offensive end.
Luke Lacide checks in for the Wildcats. Is both no good there by Conovan, but he picks up his own rebound. Gives it inside to Pearson, and he's going to be fouled. So a second foul here on Centennial. This will be their second.
Another offensive rebound for Chisago Lakes, giving them another shot at a putback. Fouled on the play, back to the free throw line.
This time it's going to be William Pearson who will ready the free throw attempts. High arcing shot, but this one falls in. So the Wildcats now take the lead 5-4 after the Pearson make. And that one was a little too strong, but it wound up taking a nice home court bounce to fall in. Carlvin quickly up the court, gives it off to Binder. Binder shot no good. Seifert there probably could have got a foul on the Wildcats on a foul down underneath the basket, but instead we're going to get a carry here on the Wildcats, which will give the ball right back to Centennial.
Yeah, Carlvin had a great pass to Binder for the layup. Looked like there was a little contact there.
So Centennial will get it back. And on offense, they give it in to Espinosa. Espinosa on the near side for Dreisen for 3. That is good. Jackson Dreisen makes it a 7-6 lead now for Centennial. And Seifert has it stolen away by Dreisen. And we're going to get a foul. This will be the first on the Wildcats, and I presume it's on Seifert. And that would be who it is on. So the first foul here on the Wildcats is on Seifert. Their team's first, and now Jackson Dreisen at the line to shoot 2.
Dreisen got the steal there on the full court press. Took it right out of Seifert's hands there and went in for a layup and was fouled.
Check into the game now for Chisago Lakes is, of course, number 11, William Walker. Dreisen is good on the second. 1 of 2 there for him, and it's 8-6 now. Wildcats bring it up the court. Lacida has it stolen away, and that's Dreisen again. He'll take it to the basket. It's no good. Rebounded by Carlvin. Carlvin gives it near side corner to Dreisen. Dreisen had it poked away. He lost it again, trying to keep his distance from the defender. Gave a little bit of a stiff arm, but no call. Carlvin now has it. He gives it inside underneath to Binder, and he drops it in for 2. Another nice feed there from Carlvin. Smaller stature, but great ball handling. It's poked out from Lucida and nearly stolen away. Pearson wound up coming up with it, and then he's fouled. And he'll go to the line and shoot 2. The third team foul here on Centennial. The second on Binder. 10-6, the Cougars with the lead here early on. 14:49 to go in the first half. This one's going to be no good from Pearson. One came up a little bit short.
Centennial's really being physical inside. When Pearson touches the ball, Pearson gets a rebound. They're really being physical. There's already been a couple fouls called down low on Centennial. They really want to make Pearson work inside, it looks like.
The shot does get the bounce, but it will not fall through. And it's rebounded there by Espinosa. Carlvin driving up the court, gives it now back on the near side. Dreisen, top of the key for Hansen for three. That's off the mark. Rebounded nicely by Will Walker. Walker brings it up the court, nearly traveled with it, got it off just in time to Lucida, but that is going to go just out past his reach, and it will be another turnover. Centennial will get it back. Jack Storley checked into the game for the Wildcats during the free throws by Pearson. Centennial, meanwhile, will inbound to Dreisen. Double team, then quickly up the court to Johnson. Now underneath the basket. We're going to get a travel call here on Hansen. You heard the crowd calling for it, and they do get the call they would like, so we'll give the ball back to Chisago Lakes. Jack Storley will wait for the inbound.
Looks like Centennial's in a 2-1-2 press here,
And
making it difficult.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of that, it is going to be stolen away by Dreisen. Dreisen hands it underneath to Carlvin, and Carlvin will drop it in for two to make it 12-6, and a timeout will be called here by Chisago Lakes. It will be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here on the timeout. They'll be left with four. 12-6 is the score. Centennial with the 6-point lead, and early on, the speed has been pretty impressive. And it looks like both these teams really into it. But early on, we see Chisago Lake struggling to get past the man-to-man full court press put on by Centennial. So what can they do to get past that?
Dreisen has got 3 steals already for Centennial, and he's really gotten layups, gotten fouled on those steals. I think Chisago just needs to slow down, run their press breaker that they've worked on all year long. Take some time here. You've got 10 seconds to get it up the floor. Just relax, get it inbounds, and look at what you got. And that's exactly what he did here.
Betts will bring it forward. He's got at 1 point triple team. Tries to give it inside. It's stolen away this time by Hansen, and stolen right back. So the Wildcats get it back. Lucida has it, but he slipped and traveled. So that will give the ball back now to Centennial.
And again, that's another example. You just want to see Chisago take it out, slow it down, move the ball, make Centennial work on defense, look to get inside the Pearson, maybe get another foul called.
Carlvin will get the inbound for Centennial and showed full court press, but Centennial with the great break. Blake Seifert is there for the block. Attempted dunk by Hansen, but Seifert said absolutely not.
What a block by Seifert, not giving up on the play, going up. Getting all ball.
Absolutely. He also got the steal. Betts trying to drive inside, trying to bully his way inside, but this one is blocked and stolen away by Max Johnson on the other side. And a block again by the Wildcats. Stolen back, a block there by Pearson, but it was kept by Centennial. And now we're going to get a foul, the second on the Wildcats, and it will be 2 shots for the Cougs. It will be another one on Seifert. His second, and 2 now for Dreisen.
Again, I love the effort by Chisago Lakes on the defensive end. They're making Centennial work for everything. A couple of great blocks the last 2 possessions.
Dreisen drops in the first, making it 13-6. And, yeah, the effort is something that you'll notice. This Chisago Lakes team does not lack it. That is something that is pretty impressive. You despite their record 1-7, a lot of, I think, people might see that and think, oh, well, maybe there's something just not there. Well, not really. I mean, the effort is there. And Dreisen misses both, or misses the second, rather. And it's rebounded by Cohenhoven, and he's inside. Spin move. Shot is up just a little too hard on that one, and it is rebounded by the Cougars. Hansen nearly poked out, but he'll deliver it back to Johnson. Johnson trying to step through, give it back to Dreisen on this far side on the elbow. Steps back, trying to drive on Cohenhoven. He makes the defender jump, but that shot's going to come up short. Betts is going to get the rebound.
Great defense again by Cohenhoven on that play, making a very difficult shot for Dreisen.
Quick pass up the court to Underhill. They're going to say that shot was tipped, and then it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Dreisen of Centennial, so it will stay with Chisago Lakes. Max Storley will check back in for Chisago Lakes. Out goes Walker. 12:47 to go, 13-6. Wildcats trail.
And again, you're seeing Centennial very physical play there, and the penetration by Chisago Lakes.
Betts will get the inbound on the far side. Now top of the key here to Underhill. Near side pass to Storley. Storley wanted to go inside to Pearson. Instead gives it top of the key to Underhill. Underhill with it, gives it back to Storley. Storley will now set the offense, gives it over to Betts on the far side. Betts now to Cohenhoven, top of the key. Trying to get around the defender, now at 5 to shoot. Betts for 3, it's good! No panic there by the Wildcats, even with the shot clock under 5. I'd like to see that.
No, that's a big shot. Cut the lead to 4, 12 minutes to go.
But unfortunately, Espinosa is left open for 3. His shot is no good, and great job by Pearson there, just well aware of where that rebound was going, waiting for it, and it basically fell right into his lap. Now Betts will try to bully his way inside again. Shot is up good, but they're going to say the foul was on the floor. It was not a shooting foul. It's going to be the 4th here on Centennial, and the 1st on Max Johnson.
And again, you're seeing more physical, right? A lot of physical contact here. Another foul, going hard to the basket. Chisago Lakes needs to expect contact when they go to the basket. Centennial's playing very physical defense on them here.
And this one is going to be stolen away by Max Johnson, so Centennial gets it back quickly up the court. They work to Hansen. Hansen top of the key. Carlvin for 3, it's good. Make it 16-9. And now we get a whistle on the far side. I believe they're going to get this one on the Cougars. This one is going to go against Max Johnson, his 2nd, team's 5th. Wildcats will hold on to it. They nearly lost on that far side, but got a foul call to help them keep hold of it. Checking into the game for the Cougars is number 4, and that will be Charlie Beck.
The quickness and the speed of Carlvin and Johnson for the Cougars make life difficult for the Chisago guards here.
Cohenhoven shot is up, no good. Somehow Lucida was able to get the rebound, but now the shot again, no good. Espinosa. Oh, gonna get a rebound by Espinosa. They're gonna get a foul here on Lucida. Now I know you referee some games, so why was that one not a tie-up?
It looked like he grabbed the rebound. Chisago came and attacked the ball, went through the arms to get the ball. Ref called a foul instead of a jump ball just because of the nature of how he went to the ball.
Gotcha. So the Cougars will start with it. They'll bring it forward. Carlvin now quickly over to Beck. Beck for 3. That is good. And you could see the entire bench. They knew that was going to happen. Lucida underneath, lets the defenders go by. Cohenhoven tried to drive, but it was stolen away, poked out by Dreisen. Dreisen up the court quickly. Now back to Beck, to Espinosa. Espinosa on the far side. Carlvin left all alone. Live drive shot, no good. Rebounded here by Underhill. Underhill forward quickly, driving through 2 defenders. He lost it, but he's going to get that foul call. Be the 6th team foul now on Centennial. And the 1st on Espinosa. And
I'm so impressed with Carlvin here and the things that he does for the Cougars. He's so fast, so quick. He beats the press single-handedly. And once he gets across half court, he's getting his teammates wide open threes or wide open layups. He's impressive.
He has been impressive, and especially coming off the bench, giving a little change in pace for the Cougars. First one by Underhill was made, and this one will not be good. It is rebounded by number 25. That is Jacob Hosfeld. Pass inside. Dreisen will drop it in for 2 now for Centennial. They get 21-10. Wildcats again. Underhill inside. It's blocked. And it was blocked by Hansen, but coming in to save the day is Luke Lucida. I mean, he shot out of a cannon to save that one. On the far side, Underhill trying to get around one defender. Now instead passes it to Walker. Walker on the near side, Seifert. Seifert goes inside. Spin around. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by him, and the shot is good for 2. Fortunately, do not have that young man on the roster, so we'll try and find him somewhere. But in the face of Carlvin, he did a good job of just standing his ground on that great ball handling. But now Carlvin gets him to jump pass back outside on the near side here for Hansen for 3. It's good.
And again, that play was sparked by Carlvin, getting penetration, kicking out, setting up for the wide open 3 for the Cougars here.
24-12, a timeout is called. And it will be another 30-second here for the Cougars. That'll be their first. They'll be left with 4. The pace here in this one has been fantastic, but one of the other things that we take a look at is the turnovers here, unfortunately, for both teams, really, has not been ideal. Both teams have not had the cleanest of first half turnover-wise. There have been a few more than they would like to see, but for the most part, Centennial has taken more advantage of the turnovers than Chisago Lakes has, and they have scored on more of the turnovers as well, and that is why they do have this 12-point lead.
Yeah, I think I have Chisago Lakes for 8 turnovers. They almost have Centennial in the bonus already. So Chisago needs to continue to be aggressive, attack the basket, get to the free throw line, and knock down your free throws.
This one's going to be no good. And late whistle, and that is out of bounds. It hit the top of the backboard, then it hit the shot clock, and those are out of bounds. So just got the late whistle. That's all right. Getting set to inbound is Jacob Hosfield for Centennial. And a 3 is well short. It's going to be rebounded by Chisago Lakes. They'll take it back the other way. Quickly up the court, Underhill is driving baseline to the basket. Shot no good, but that's because he was fouled. And now it is the 7th team foul on Centennial. That will put them in the bonus like you just mentioned. And this is the first one on Beck. So this is huge for Chisago Lakes now because they got 9.5 minutes really to go and shoot free throws.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of it. You got 9 minutes, 27 seconds. You're in the bonus. You're shooting free throws every time. Just got to make your free throws. And you can be right back in this game.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the first one was missed there by Underhill. And you know, one of the things I noticed last time I called a game for them was against North Branch. First half, not so great. Second half was a lot better free throw-wise, so they're hoping that they can at least get something going on the free throw line early on. But unfortunately, they are under 50% here in the first half. Underhill, unfortunately, no good on that one as well. Carlvin will get the rebound, and his quick pass up the court to his teammate Dreisen is just long. Otherwise, Centennial had an easy slam dunker, but because of the long pass, Chisago Lakes is going to get the ball back. And now, a quick whistle here. They're going to get a foul on Centennial. Cohenhoven bringing it up the court. They'll get Charlie Beck for his second, team's 8th.
More free throws. Need to knock them down here.
But now for Chisago Lakes, you've got Cohenhoven at the line, and he's a pretty good shooter himself. And let's see if maybe he can't spark a little streak from the free throw line now for the Wildcats. First one, no good, and we're battling for a rebound. I don't know if Pearson may have had an opportunity to let that one go, because I believe, from my glance, it looked like maybe Centennial had touched it last. But you do like him being aggressive, trying to get the rebound no matter what, instead of leave it up to chance.
Yeah, Chisago is working so hard to get offensive rebounds. They're working hard on defense. There's another steal for Chisago.
Pearson with the steal. And a slam dunk for Cohen Underhill to make it 24-14. He was waiting for that one.
Good steal by Pearson to set up the dunk for the Wildcats.
Espinosa driving. We're going to get a whistle here on Chisago Lakes. A foul on the Wildcats. Be the 4th team foul, the first on Pearson. Inbound to Espinosa for Centennial. He's going to drive again on Pearson, and he'll drop that one in for 2. 26-14. Quick pass up the court. Cohenhoven open for 3 on the far side, just a little too strong, and Dreisen is there for the rebound. Also in now is number 14 for the Cougars, and that is Calvin Coppersmith. Driving Espinosa. Layup is good for 2. Espinosa, his 4th point. Back up the other way, Cohenhoven. Little floater, drops it in for 2 on the step back.
Good drive. Good drive to the basket. And Centennial in their foul trouble, the guy kind of let them score there because they don't want to commit another foul.
30-16 is our score. We'll Okay, they did change. I was going to say, I believe it's 28. So 28-16 is our score. Meanwhile, a steal here for Seifert once again for Centennial. A high pass over to Cohenhoven. He keeps it in play and then puts it back up and in for two, kissing it off the backboard. 28-18, but quickly up the court. Coppersmith with it. He'll give it off on the far side to Johnson, or Hansen rather. Hansen spin move inside, step back jumper, no good, and gonna get a foul here on Espinosa. He doesn't like it, but I think that's a pretty good foul call. That'll be his second, team's ninth. And now the Wildcats are one away from being the double bonus with 7.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, back to the free throw line again. The Cougars want to play physical. The officials are calling it, and Chisago needs to take advantage of it. They can be right back in this game, knock down some free throws. The way they're hustling and the way they're rebounding, Chisago's right back in this game here if they can make some free throws.
It's William Pearson at the line for a 1-and-1. This one no good. And, Espinosa just did grab the rebound. It did not hit the baseline. Carlvin back and forth up the court. It gives it off to Dreisen now. Dreisen trying to get around Lucida, but Lucida's a great defender. Now to Espinosa, but Dreisen found that lane to the basket, was fouled, dropped it in for two, and now he'll get the and one. Dreisen is a strong young man.
He's kind of done a little bit of everything here today. He's got, I believe, 9 points by my count, maybe 10, and he's got at least 4 steals. He's been all over.
Storley with his first foul, team's fifth for Chisago Lakes, and Dreisen with the chance for the three-point play. And that is good for Dreisen. So it is a three-point play. Going to make it 31-18. Centennial with the lead. Couple subs here.
Centennial back in their 2-1-2 press here. Chisago's dribbled through it a couple of times, but now they get the ball to the middle of the floor.
Storley nearly lost it on the defender, poking it away. Luke Lucida driving to the basket. Shot is just short. And Hansen will grab the rebound for Centennial. Coppersmith spinning around Lucida. Tries to give it off to Hansen. Not the cleanest of passes, but Hansen gets it nonetheless. Hansen inside, throws a shot towards the basket. Oh, and Hansen got his own rebound, and this time we're going to get a foul, I believe, on Hansen. Yeah, it will be Hansen. That'll be his first. Team's 10th now for Centennial. 6:40 to go, and we may be beating a dead horse here, but, I mean, Chisago Lakes has got a chance now. They just got to find some rhythm from the free throw line.
Yep, they got 2 free throws the rest of the quarter, which is the rest of the half with 6 minutes to go here.
31-18. First one's up. No good.
You just saw Centennial on the other end make their free throw, and those are going to be key as you want to make a comeback here with 6:40 to go in the half.
Yeah, unfortunately, the free throws, if you look at them, I mean, there's 10 of them that they have left on the board, and you get even half of those. This is a much different story. So that one is good. So 1 of 2, 31-19. You'd like to see him go 2 for 2. And a quick shot from, my goodness, Dreisen is just on another level right now. 33-19 as he makes another basket. A 3 here is just off the mark from Walker. It's no good. Rebounded by Husfield. And a 3 from Dreisen is no good. Going to be rebounded by Hansen. Espinosa tried. He was gonna get a travel call, so he had to give it off. Underhill is there for the steal, and now this ball is going to be knocked away by Hansen. No call, got all ball there. Hansen will bring it up the court for Centennial. Driving quickly to the basket, shot is no good. Rebounded there by Walker. Walker near side to Underhill for 3. That's off the mark, but Walker is there for the rebound to put it in for 2. Looked more or less like a pass, and hey, it works. 33-21. This one's poked out and stolen away by Chisago Lakes. Back and forth we go so quickly. Hard to keep keep up even. Walker with it, gives it to Storley, now to Lucida. Lucida gives off Underhill. Underhill tried to go inside, not real sure where he was going with that pass because if he was going for Walker, the defender had the advantage, and that would have been a steal.
The pace of this game, you could see in the last couple minutes, kids were getting a little tired, bringing in some subs. Chisago needs to stay in this here. They need to continue their effort, continue to work hard, make free throws, play good defense.
Inbound to Betts for three. It's no good. Pearson is going to get the rebound. Finally gets the foul call. He was battling for what seemed like ever, I'm sure, underneath, and he finally got the call, and now he's at the line to shoot two. Another foul on the Cougars, and I believe they're going to get Espinosa.
They've been very physical with Pearson again. I know I've said that before, but again, Pearson finds himself back at the line. I believe this is free throws 7 and 8 for him.
Well, he made the first, so maybe we're turning the page here for the Wildcats on the free throws. Pearson's second one's going to be a little too strong, but he gets the friendly roll, and he drops them both in. So, hey, get a little something going. Centennial has it. Oh, they accidentally left him the open baseline drive, but he passes it off as the defender got there back in time, but instead he gives it off to Hosfield, and Hosfield, with a good job, just lays it in for two. 35-23. Quick pass up the court to Cowenhoven. Cowenhoven backs out, tries to go all the way across court, and that was an ill-advised pass. Going to be stolen away by Binder, and another steal for Centennial. They'll go back the other way. It's Dreisen with it. He'll give it off to Carlvin. Carlvin getting around one defender, slides, and somehow he kept that dribble going with the slide, almost a baseball slide. Now Dreisen inside will lob it to the basket. Shot is up, no good. Betts is there for the rebound for the Wildcats. This ball going to be stolen away by Coppersmith. And a three here by Dreisen. Oh my goodness, is good. 38-23. Betts back up on the far side for Wildcats, and he lost it. Dreisen with the steal to the basket, lays it in for two. All of a sudden, the Wildcats need a break, and yeah, they're going to get one. This is a much-needed timeout here, Chris. I mean, it looks like maybe fatigue, maybe center, or just, I don't want to say carelessness, but all of a sudden you could see that Chisago Lakes was just all of a sudden starting to lose a little bit of, I think, sense of security on the ball.
Yeah, you saw Chisago Lakes from about the 12-minute mark to the 6-minute mark hang around 10, 12 points, miss a bunch of free throws, but they were in the ball game. They're working hard. They didn't turn the ball over in that stretch either. And now you see a quick couple turnovers here, and Dreisen hits a big three, gets a layup. Next thing you know, it's about a 17-point game here. And Dreisen's just been everywhere. I think he's got 17 points now. He's got at least 5 steals by my count. It's just kind of been all over, making life difficult for the Wildcats here.
And it has been a little bit difficult as of late. With that timeout, they'll hope to correct some things here. And, yeah, that's what's really unfortunate about these last couple minutes is Centennial has just caught fire, and Chisago Lakes has unfortunately had too many, has really given Centennial too many opportunities. And, unfortunately, it's been due to the turnovers, but the good news for Chisago Lakes is, again, they're in the double bonus.
Yeah.
So any foul they draw, they're going to the line to shoot two.
Continue to get their guys in foul, continue to get the Cougars in foul trouble, get to the line, get some points on the board with the clock not running, and see if you can't get yourself back in this game before halftime.
Cowenhoven has it on this near side corner. He spins around, tries to drive to the basket. Pearson lost it on his rebound attempt. Instead, it's going to be Coppersmith. And now stolen away by Underhill to Cowenhoven for two. Great play there by the Wildcats to get that steal back and then put it up and in for two. Good passing here by Centennial. Almost got a point, but Blake Seifert is there. Cowenhoven gives it to Seifert. It was nearly rebounded by the Cougars. And 2 rebounds by Pearson. And then his shot is no good again. And another rebound here for Binder. And my goodness, just a lot of traffic to get through here for both teams, but right now Chisago Lake's just not taking advantage of the opportunities they have.
Yeah, a couple layups there, just rolled off the rim. Pearson's working hard inside. I think Pearson just was shocked at how open he was. He's been to the free throw line 8 times. He was expecting contact, and there wasn't any.
Yeah.
He wasn't used to that.
As Carlton get up the court here to Dreisen. And one of the rare times he has missed, but Cowenhoven's going to get the rebound now for Chisago Lakes. He's going to try and take it himself. That was I was going to say, he definitely had his hand on that one. That will draw the foul here on Centennial. Hansen will be the guilty Cougar. It is his second, and it will now be Cowenhoven at the line to shoot through 0 for 3 so far in the first half, 3:03 to go. 40-25 is our score. That one's no good. And you can tell there is a little bit of a sense of frustration here for the Wildcats because of the free throws that they're just not able to drop in, and that's leading to the play a little bit.
Yeah, it is for sure. And then you miss a free throw, you can't carry it over to the next possession.
That one gets the friendly ricochet in for Cowenhoven, so it's 40-26. Carlton inside, shot is up and good there. I believe that was Hansen for 2. It's 42-26.
And again, you see Carlton making things happen, just getting into the lane. One little simple bounce pass for a wide open layup.
Chisago Lakes with the ball back. Seifert short on the 3, and it's going to wind up being rebounded here by Beck for Centennial. And he's got a wide open lane to the basket, but Blake Seifert is there for the block, says absolutely not. You can have the free run, but you're not getting a free basket. Pass inside to Alex Johnson is nearly stolen away. Cowenhoven working through traffic, gets up the shot. No good, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 again. Wow. You talk about an influx of momentum for Chisago Lakes. Seifert.
This game has been 4 huge blocks at the rim. This game, it's been outstanding defense. The effort by both teams, just incredible. Incredible athleticism at the rim to block these shots.
And Cowenhoven, that one is the first that looked clean for the Wildcats. So I know I've talked about it before, but maybe now we're turning a page as we get the 10th sub for the Centennial Cougars. That's Caden Kimmen checking in.
And again, the key for Chisago is don't turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
When they have not turned the ball over and make Centennial run an offense, this game would be a completely different ball game. But Centennial does such a good job of scoring on the turnovers.
And it's Carlton. We've mentioned his name plenty of times, maybe not so much scoring, but he does there for 2, 44-28. Lucita has it. Oh, Seifert thought about it, and he smiles as he faked the shot. Underhill has it, gives it out to Cowenhoven. Oh, and Cowenhoven lost it. A pass zigged when he zagged, and Seifert looking possibly to his family and saying, hey, why not? Why not next time?
Maybe he should have shot it from the logo. Better than a turnover.
Hey, why not? 2 minutes to go. 44-28 is our score. Centennial leads. Carlton with it. He'll give it over now to Beck. Beck on that far side, a clean lane. Now he stops, drives again. Looking, he'll turn around jumper. That's going to come up well short, and Seifert is there for the rebound. Seifert, he's got a lane, drives, reverse layup is good. 44-30 now. Centennial breaks the press, gives it up to Carlton. Now to Dreisen. Dreisen stops, guarded well, gives off far side. Wide open 3 for Beck. That's no good. Oh, and Cowenhoven maybe shouldn't have gotten his hand on it because his teammate was there. And this shot from 3 on the far side by Beck is good to make it 47-30.
Second chance opportunity for the Cougars.
Betts
extends the lead to 17.
Betts with the 3 the other way. Hansen is there for the rebound, and then we're going to get a foul here on...
foul on Seifert.
Seifert. It's his 3rd, unfortunately. And now at the line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Hansen. 7 fouls now for the Wildcats with 1:12 to go in the first half, 47-30. Hansen's first one no good, and great rebound there by Jack Storley. Back up the other way Wildcats. Storley on the far side now to Lucida. Lucida looking, gives it back now to Walker. Walker at the top of the key, nearly had it stolen away. Great job to hold on to it. Gives it to Storley now to Lucida. Lucida wants to go inside to Alex Johnson. He does. Johnson back top of the key. Betts for three. No good. And it's Storley there for the rebound. Inside to Alex Johnson. Blocked from behind, but it's out of bounds on Centennial. Another block there. This one by Hansen.
Another extremely athletic block at the rim. It's been fun to see these blocks here today.
It has. As we get the inbound, they'll go inside to Betts. Betts nearly had it stolen away. Gives it to Storley. Storley, he traveled with it. He had two hands on the ball when he took a step, and unfortunately, that is the travel. So even with the opportunity again, it is going to be a turnover, and we got the game clock and shot clock separated by 1 second here as it's inbounded to Carlvin. Carlvin trying to work on Betts. Betts providing good defense. Carlvin showing off the ball handling skills, waits for the offense to get set. Trying to find his lane to drive on Betts. Trying to go near side. Betts, great defense again on Carlvin, but this time a little too aggressive, and Betts is going to draw his first foul. It'll be the team's 8th, and Carlvin will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Looked like Carlvin there was willing to just wait for one shot. Pressure came. He decided to penetrate and got a little contact on the drive.
And we'll get a quick sub here for the Cougars. Hossfield in for Hansen. 19 seconds to go. Shot clock is off for the rest of the half. 47-30. Again, Carlvin at the line for a 1-and-1. Shot is no good, but it's rebounded and blocked by Cowenhoven. Kimmen with the rebound. It was blocked by Cowenhoven, and then this shot no good. Rebounded by Betts. Cowenhoven, 5 seconds to shoot. 3. Shot's no good, but he draws the foul. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. So Cowenhoven didn't get the shot to foul, but he draws another foul. This one going to go against Hossfield. And Cowenhoven with the chance now to get the Wildcats the possible final points of the first half. First one is good. 47-31.
I'm impressed with how Cowenhoven goes to the basket. He's been able to draw a lot of fouls and avoids the charge call on him. He can maneuver his body in a way that he just can avoid it. It's impressive.
Uh-oh. I think we're going to get one more. I think we got a foul. Or did he step out of bounds? He stepped out of bounds.
I think he stepped out of bounds, so they're going to put a little time back on the clock, so the Wildcats will get another shot.
Yeah, Dreisen stepped out of bounds. 0.7 seconds, inbound and shoot. Let's see what we can do. So maybe they'll go towards the basket for the inbound. And, well, that's not going to work. Not real sure what the plan was there. It almost looked like Chisago did not have a plan.
It almost looked like they were just thinking with 0.3 on the clock, all you need to have a tip.
Yeah.
Well, with 0.7, you actually can shoot the ball. So they had Cowenhoven was wide open there, could have shot a 3, but tried to lob it in.
So unfortunately, the Wildcats will miss out on that opportunity, but they do finish the half pretty strong, but still trail 47-32 against the Centennial Cougars. So we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll recap what happened in the first half between these two teams and let you know what's coming up the rest of the way here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, the Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 has got a quick meal on the go for you. $3 gets you a hot snack or hot dog, chips, and a Polar Pop. $4 for a breakfast sandwich, hash brown, and medium coffee. Or $5 gets you a personal pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi. Get snacking. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
106.5 FM, 1350 AM is your home for Packers football.
It will be Green Bay football. Crowd was roaring.
Get all the action every game.
There he goes. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. He leaped into the end zone. Touchdown.
The hits, the touchdowns, the Lambeau leaps. Live Packers action every game.
There is your dagger.
Catch every game locally. 106.5 FM or 1350 AM. WCMP.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Hey there, sports fans. Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City, and we have a Lee's Crazy Sale going on. It's time to gear up for hockey, basketball, wrestling, or volleyball equipment, as it is all 20% off. That's right, 20% off all your favorite hockey, basketball, wrestling, and volleyball equipment. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, Lee's Pro Shop has everything you need to take your game to the next level. So don't wait. Stop by Lee's Pro Shop today. Save big on your favorite sports equipment. Hurry in for Lee's Crazy Sale. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Whoa, they've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. Right now, load up on deals like Red Bull 8.4 ounce cans, 3 for $6.50, Frito-Lay varieties, buy one get one free, buy a fountain drink and get a Reese's King Size candy bar for $2, and fill your propane tanks for $3.99 a gallon to get ready for hunting and frying that turkey. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local Auto Owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, Game Day Gilman alongside Chris Gable here for this Christmas break game, a rare Christmas break game that we get to do, where the Chisago Lakes Wildcats trail the Centennial Cougars at half 47-32. A ton of action there in that first half, but we'll go over the stats real quick. In the first half for Centennial, leading the way was Jackson Dreisen with 17 points, then 9 for Tristan Hansen. He had 7 for Marshawn Carlvin, 6 for Charlie Beck, 2 for Espinosa Binder, or rather 4 for Espinosa, then 2 for Binder and Hosfield. Leading the way rebound-wise was Hansen with 6 of them. Then they had 12 steals in that first half, 5 blocks. They were 50% from the free throw line and 13 team fouls. On the other side for the Wildcats, leading the way was Joe Cowenhoven with 11, 6 for William Pearson, 4 for Seifert, 3 for Betts and Underhill, and then 2 for Alex Johnson. Rebound-wise, 5 for both Cowenhoven and Pearson to lead the team. They had 10 steals themselves, 4 blocks. They were 50% from the free throw line. They had 8 team fouls. But again, we're talking about the free throws here. 11 of 22, which honestly definitely looks a lot better than it feels.
Yeah, it felt like, Centennial was physical with them all game, and Chisago was able to get in the bonus with 9:40 to go in the half, I believe. They reached the bonus.
Yeah.
And they went to the line, and the 11 for 22 doesn't include what would be the second of a 1-and-1.
Yeah.
And so that happened many times where they missed the front end and didn't get the second one. So this score, it should be a closer game. Chisago Lakes just missing so many free throws. Turning the ball over, I have Chisago Lakes, but my count is 14 turnovers. And it feels like every turnover, Centennial took advantage of it and scored a basket. And I think when Chisago Lakes made Centennial run an offense, Chisago Lakes is right in the ballgame. They really held Centennial down when they had to run an offense. And I give Chisago a lot of credit. They're playing hard. They're rebounding hard. They're going to the basket hard. Like, the coach can't fault the effort here at all. Chisago Lakes continues to play hard no matter what the score was, and battle. And just need to lessen the turnovers, make some free throws, and they're right back in this ball game.
Yeah, they really are. The effort has been fantastic. The pace has been phenomenal by these two teams. But, and we mentioned it before, the turnovers in this one have been a bigger key than I think both teams would like. But Centennial has capitalized on them more than Chisago Lakes has. So for Chisago Lakes, I think in the second half, if they go to the free throw line, they'll be hoping to convert those more times than not, but then also hoping to lessen the turnovers, and if they can create some, also getting some more for themselves. But I think also one thing that I think they'll want to do is continue to be aggressive, continue to get Centennial into foul trouble, because in this second half, I mean, we could see them. They did spread it out pretty well, but they also have Espinosa with 3. Then you have Johnson and Binder with 2, along with Hansen and Beck. So if you can get some of their other guys into foul trouble, you'll wind up seeing those bench guys have to play more minutes than they probably expected to in this second half, and that leads to a lot more in the favor of Chisago Lakes. So continue to play aggressive, continue to try and draw those fouls, but again, I think the big key is turnovers, and try and lessen those for yourselves, try and get some more, and if you can get some more, capitalize on those, score off of them, as we talk so much about with, like in football, score on those turnovers. Of course, their next opponent, Chisago Lakes, did lose today. They did play today as well against Andover. It was a close loss. It was a 2-point loss, actually, for Mounds View, so they did lose, did Mounds View, and that will be, as we mentioned, Chisago Lake's next opponent, but it was a 2-point loss for Mounds View, so close game there against Andover, and that should be another good game here for Chisago Lakes when they play Mounds View. And we will get ready for the second half of play, rather, as halftime just about over. Both teams are back out onto the court. 18 minutes are back up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. It's a 15-point deficit right now for the Wildcats, but as we have seen here in this first half, that can quickly change, as it will be Centennial to start the ball with here in the second half.
I'm not surprised to see Carlvin start the second half for them. He really was instrumental in the defensive end and offensive end, setting up his teammates for wide open shots.
Hansen, the open shot, no good from 3. Cowenhoven with the rebound, trying to push the pace, but Carlvin, he is right there for the steal. We talked about him a lot in the first half, and I believe we'll continue to talk about him a lot here in the second half as he gives it off to Dreisen for 2. That shot is in and out, back in for 2. 49-32.
19 now for Dreisen.
And Cowanhoven got the pass, and it went out of bounds, unfortunately. So a frustrating thing that happened there for Cowanhoven. He had an open shot if that did not happen. And now Dreisen will bring it forward. He wanted to go to Binder, who had it underneath, but instead he passed it back outside. Now Cowanhoven with a great grab and puts it up and in for 2. I think he wanted to go with attempted dunk there, but did the smart thing and instead just laid it up.
That was a big steal. Wildcats started the second half with 2 turnovers. They really needed a steal, needed a layup, get an easy bucket, get back in this.
Carlin with it near side. He'll bring it to the top of the key. Now inside the perimeter and gives it off to Binder, who drops it in for 2, 51-34.
Carlvin again making things happen. Another assist for him.
Oh, Betts pass inside, really ill-advised. It's going to be stolen away by Binder, and we're going to get a foul here on the Wildcats because of it. It'll be their team's first of the second half. It will be the third on Pearson.
Third turnover of the half already. Wildcats need to slow down, take your time, set up an offense, look for an open shot, attack the basket. They're throwing long passes, cross-court passes, and those are what's getting stolen here.
I think that was the biggest key that you said, though, is although you want them to relax a little bit and calm down, you want them still to attack the basket, as we see a rebound here by Pearson, because I think a lot of people can hear that and say, oh, relax. Well, how do you relax when you're down by this much and you want to push the pace and you want things to go your way? Well, you relax, but like you just mentioned, attack the basket. As we see that ball, they're going to say it went off of Chisago Lake's last, so it's going to go back to Centennial. Centennial will get set to inbound to Carlvin. Carlvin guarded by Lucida. Lucida, a very good defender himself. They'll get it up the court now to Johnson. Johnson to Binder, back to Johnson. Thought about 3 instead, waits for the defender to go by, gives it back out to Dreisen. Dreisen nearly had it stolen away. Gives it to Binder. Binder inside will get the friendly roll, and it's in for 2, 53-34. Pass quickly up the court. Underhill, drive to the basket, shot is no good. Might have been even blocked a tad, but Binder's there for the rebound. Carlvin, lob, and almost an alley-oop, but it's no good. Seifert right there for the rebound, trying to get a little too fancy. Seifert now trying to drive, lost his dribble, got it back. Hook shot, no good. It's Lucida there for the rebound. Back outside to Cowanhoven, and he drops it in for 2. Wow.
Good offensive rebound there. Second possession, got an and one here. Wildcats needed that.
They really did, as this will be the third foul on Hansen. Team's first of the second half for Centennial. And again, Cowanhoven with the chance at the three-point play, 53-36. That one is good for Cowanhoven. 37 now for the Wildcats, 53 still for Centennial. 15:41 on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard here in the second half. Johnson will inbound to Dreisen. Lucida providing the pressure. Dreisen gets around. Up to Binder. Binder thought about it, then gives inside. This shot, no good. Battled for, but rebounded. I believe that's Hansen over there. It is. He drops it in for 2, and now he gets fouled, and possible and 1. Second team foul on the Wildcats, the 4th on Seifert, and that's big. That's unfortunate. So Walker will come in for Seifert, and unfortunately Seifert will have to sit for a while. So Hansen trying for the three-point play. It's good. And gets that free throw to fall. 56-37. Just as I say that, Wildcats are back in offense. Storley with it, trying to get it over to Walker. It is tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Binder.
This is an important possession for the Wildcats here. You don't want this game to get out of control. You want to get a good basket here, get a good shot, maybe get back to the free throw line here.
Underhill will inbound to Lucida, who will start in the backcourt. Gives it up to Storley. Storley on the far side to Walker. Walker guarded well, gives it over to Lucida. Now to try to get it to Underhill, but it's stolen away by Max Johnson. And we'll get a foul here on the Wildcats. It'll be their team's third, and the first for Underhill. Centennial still leading 56-37. Inbound, Carlvin starts in the backcourt. Again, showing off the handling skills, and he gives it off to Dreisen. Dreisen give to Hansen. Hansen trying to drive inside. Wow. First layup is good, and I don't know how he got it to fall, but he did. Storley with it, gives off far side to Walker. Walker, not sure if that was meant for Lucida, but it got to him anyways. Yeah. Now to Storley, back on the far side. Walker, Underhill, drive to the basket. Nice drive, and he gets it to fall for 2.
Good ball movement right there by Chisago Lakes. Was able to get a wide open layup.
Binder has it now for Centennial. He walks it into the paint, then gives it back outside. Hansen for 3. It's good. 61-39.
8 points already this half for Hansen. He's really taken over here in the first 4 minutes.
Walker has it. His pass was tipped, and it's going to be stolen away by Binder. Hansen to Carlvin. Oh, nearly got fouled, but great job by Underhill getting that control. Now inside to Hansen, and Hansen, what a fancy move.
The Euro step by Hansen.
Now we'll get a timeout called here by Chisago Lakes. It'll be their third. They'll be left with 2.
At halftime, we talked about limiting turnovers. I already have Chisago Lakes with 6 turnovers this half. Hansen with 10 points, I believe, already this half. Really taken over.
Yeah. He's been a big contributor here in the second half. Obviously, Dreisen was the key guy in that first half with 17 points, now 19. But, yeah, Tristan Hansen here in the second half has done some really good work himself and has helped this Centennial team up now to a 24-point lead. And unfortunately, like you mentioned, it's been the turnovers. That was kind of part of the story in the first half, along with some of the missed free throws. But turnovers now the problem here in the second half for Chisago Lakes. And I think for maybe people listening, and even myself, it could be easy to say, well, you just got to clean them up. You just got to stop doing them. Well, it's hard, especially when you have Centennial, who's pressing as well as they are. They're playing such good defense, and offensively they're moving it so quickly. It's hard at times to keep up. So it's easier said than done.
Yeah, you've got Hansen and you've got Dreisen, who are 6'3", 6'4", long arms, and then you got their guards who are extremely quick and athletic. It does make it hard for Chisago,
Storley
for sure,
with it.
and it can be easy to turn the ball over.
Yeah, it's Wildcats bring back up another steal opportunity, but great job by Lucida to get that ball back. Counhoven with it. He's going to draw the foul, and it is going to be 2 shots for Counhoven. That is the foul of the first here on Dreisen.
What worked in the first half for Chisago was get to the basket. They were getting fouled, getting to the free throw line. They haven't been able to do that in the second half because of all the turnovers. They haven't been able to penetrate.
Counhoven has it in the backcourt because it was tipped by Centennial. Counhoven, a spin move, then a lob towards the basket, gets the friendly roll, and it's in for 2. Make it 63-41. Carlvin at that Chisago Lakes logo, working on Walker. Gets by, pass underneath the Binder, back outside to Max Johnson. It was tipped by Alex Johnson for the block, and now the Cougars have it once again. Dreisen, shot no good. They're going to get a foul here on the Wildcats. I think they got Alex Johnson. Yeah.
And again, I sound like a broken record. That was Carlvin. Great pass inside, led to the layup, got fouled. Dreisen to the line for 2.
Yeah, those two have been great here in this game, Dreisen and Carlvin. But Hansen, as we mentioned before, stepping up as well in the second half as Dreisen drops his first free throw in. Seifert not going to take as long of a break as I thought. Only about 3 minutes on the bench. They obviously feel like they have a little bit more of a better opportunity with him in to get some sort of offense going, maybe that length on defense they want as well. Dreisen drops them both in. So it's now 65-41. It's Lucida with it, off on the far side to Betts. Betts picks up his dribble to Lucida now. Lucida back to Betts on the far side. Seifert. Seifert inside to Counhoven, and Counhoven drops it in for 2. That was great passing there by the Wildcats to get that open for Counhoven. Max Johnson, start and stop, gets it to fall for 2.
Good move, kind of stutter there, threw the defender off, got a good layup off with the stutter.
Seifert. Pass back to the top of the key to Lucida, now to Betts. Betts, Counhoven. It is nearly stolen away by Max Johnson, but instead the Wildcats hold on to it. Now Pearson, he gets the shot to fall, 67-45. Carlvin thought about 3, instead drives inside, lost his dribble for a moment, somehow got it back, and gives it to Dreisen. That's impressive. And now with 3 from Hansen, he's filling it for 3. 70-45. Betts on the far side to Counhoven. Turns, he's going to be aggressive and drive towards the basket. The shot is up and no good. Hansen there for the rebound for Centennial, and he'll give it back to Max Johnson. Just from the free throw line, it's good for 2. 72-45, Centennial starting now to kind of pull away. 11.5 to go. Colton Betts gives off Seifert on the near side. Seifert back to Betts now on the far side. Lucida to Pearson. Pearson trying to find Lucida back outside. Pearson kind of lost his dribble for a moment, tried to give it to Lucida back outside, but just too long on that one. And now Espinosa will check back in for Centennial.
So Chisago finds themselves down now 27. If I'm Chisago, I'm picking out a couple things to work on the rest of this game. Maybe you'll try to run an offense that you've been struggling with, or work on a special defense that you want to try, or that you want to get ready for the conference schedule.
Mm-hmm. As we see Carlvin to start with it. Now to Espinosa. Now back to Beck, and this one's going to be stolen away by Counhoven. And tried the dunk, but it's no good. And it's rebounded by Pearson and then stolen away by Beck. Carlvin thought about 3, instead steps inside. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Seifert. Thought about the 3 and then hesitated a little bit on that shot. I think he thought about passing it off, but he was so wide open he felt he had to take it, and that's one where kind of just need to shoot it if you're gonna.
I think he just likes to set his teammates up.
He does seem like that kind of guy who just would rather give it off and have his teammates score than himself. Love a selfless guy like that. Cowenhoven lost it inside, but his teammate Pearson is there, and because of that, he's going to draw the foul, and he'll go to line to shoot 2. It's the third team foul on Centennial. And I believe they got
and that was a little bit of the recipe from the first half. Pearson getting physical inside, drawing contact, and able to get back to the free throw line.
And again, Pearson will be at the line for 2 now. First one, no good. First one, no good. 72-45. Score remains. We get a sub here for Centennial, and Pearson will get a chance at another one. And this one is good, though. So Pearson 1 of 2. It's 72-46. That's Centennial. Bringing it forward, Espinosa. Gives off near side, back, quick 3, no good. And a rebound here by Betts. Betts dealing with Carlvin. And Betts nearly had it stolen away by Carlvin, but Betts keeps hold to Storley now. On the near side for, that's Seifert now on the far side for Betts. Betts had it poked out, keeps hold of it to Seifert. Seifert near side Storley. Storley wants to lob it in to Pearson, but instead gives it far side to Betts for 3. It's off the mark. And it was rebounded by Dreisen, and I think we're going to get a foul here on the Wildcats.
I like that possession there for the Wildcats. It didn't result in a bucket, but they ran the offense. They set some screens, looked to get people open. I think as a coach, you like to see that versus down 26, you just have kids chucking up threes, right? You want to work on things. You want to work as a team to get better. So to seeing them run an offense is something that I think if I'm the coach that I'm happy about.
He did get a foul there on Betts, his second. So Centennial will have it back. with it now is Coppersmith. And instead, it's going to be stolen away. Pearson, and stolen right back. No, we kept on to it, but before the travel, Underhill fell with the ball, and before he got called for the travel, he got the timeout called by Chisago Lakes. So with that, they'll be left with one timeout now, 72-46. I believe it was a 30. Either way,
Looks
9.5 minutes to go.
Coach was all over that one. He knew it could be a turnover. Got the timeout called before the turnover.
Coach is always well aware what's going on the court, even off the court sometimes. As we see the Wildcats trying to go over a few things. And again, unfortunately for Chisago Lakes, it's just been the turnovers. Turnovers have been a huge point of emphasis here in this game. And in the second half, unfortunately, it has meant they have allowed a few runs by Centennial, as we see a new young man in for the Wildcats. And that will be number 40. And number 40, we'll get his name real quick. I know I had it. I cannot find it now. 40 is Charles Borman. Meanwhile, the Wildcats have it out of the timeout. Pass inside, trying to get to Underhill, is tipped and stolen away by Espinosa. Up the court quickly, Beck with it inside, lets the defenders go by and takes the easy two to make it 74-46. Now pass on the far side here for Storley. Lacita now to Walker. Inside for Borman. Borman's pass was tipped, but Underhill got it through all the defenders' hands, and Underhill drops it in for two.
And again, you love to see the ball movement there. You love to see the Wildcats continue to run an offense. Again, work to get better, and that's what they're doing.
Near side, Beck for three, no good. Borman is going to knock it out of bounds. No, they're going to say it was last touch out of bounds by Centennial. So it will be Wildcats ball. 8:34 to go in the second half, 74-48. Seaford has it on the far side to Cowenhoven. Underneath Pearson, shot no good, and it is taken by Binder.
Good block shot, good defense, but again, you saw good ball movement by the Wildcats. They're running plays, they're running the offense.
Dreisen shot no good, but it's because he was fouled, so he's going to go to the line and shoot two. Sixth team foul now, and the first for Cowenhoven.
What a very different half when it comes to the foul situation, right? In the first half, I believe Chisago was almost already in the double bonus at this point. And this half, there's only 3 fouls on Centennial. Too many turnovers. They haven't been able to be aggressive like they were in the first half attacking the basket.
Yeah, unfortunately, that has turned the tides a little bit as Dreisen hits both of his free throws and makes it 76-48, but Wildcats go quickly back up the court, and Pearson will drop it in for two on a really good pass there by Lacita. 76-50. A shot there is good.
Good ball handling by Dreisen. Just a couple crossovers, got a wide open mid-range jumper.
And a travel call here on Cowenhoven for the Wildcats, and Cowenhoven doesn't quite agree with it. I'll say this, it was close, but it is the right call, as now the Cougars will get it back, 7:46 to go. They're going to inbound it here now from the sideline. Inbound to Dreisen, who will start in the backcourt for Centennial. Turns on that speed, stops, gives it over now to Binder. Binder on the elbow for three, no good. And the rebound there for a moment by Espinosa, but they're going to get the jump ball call, and the possession arrow favors the Wildcats.
Espinosa's about 6'4". He had a guard on him in the post. He really wanted the ball in the post when he had him sealed, and shot the three instead.
Betts in for the Wildcats. He brings it forward to Seifert now on the far side for Walker. Walker goes to Cowenhoven. Cowenhoven trying to get through the defenders, but instead will lay it in for two. 78-52 our score. Centennial still with that lead. Binder driving inside. Stop, start, spin around, shot up. It's good, plus he draws the foul. Wow. Binder with some moves inside.
Good use of the pivot, good use of the pump fake. Got him a layup and a foul.
And Pearson draws his 4th foul. And Binder will have a shot for 3 off of 1. This one good. So Binder with the 3-point play. And it's 81-52. Underneath, Pearson lost it, and it's going to go out of bounds. Really unfortunate there for Pearson because Seaford had a really good pass to him underneath and just could not hold on to it.
Yeah, the last few possessions, with the exception of the travel, Chisago's done an outstanding job of moving the ball and getting wide open shots. I love that they're not quitting. I love that they're not pumping up threes. They're really working hard to get good shots.
Dreisen shot no good, smacked back out to Binder. Binder drove inside, then quickly stopped. Now back out to Dreisen. Dreisen gets around one defender, now to Binder. Binder for 3, no good. And this time the rebound by Alex Johnson, quickly up the other way. Comes Cowenhoven. Cowenhoven goes far side, Seifert. No foul call, then shot from 3 is no good. Colton Betts flies in there for the rebound, and he puts it in for 2.
Good hustle by Betts, not giving up on the play. You always say here, follow your shot, follow your shot. That's exactly what he did, and he ended up getting a layup as the defender flew by him.
Max Johnson with it, gives it back to Binder, and Binder keeps it alive, gives inside to Espinosa. His shot no good. Gets his own rebound, then it's poked up and taken by Cowenhoven. Cowenhoven inside, lost it. Stolen away now by Hansen, and Dreisen will drop it in for 2, plus he draws the and 1. And that is going to be, I believe, Seifert's 5th. 8th team foul, and it is. So his night, unfortunately, has come to an end early. But he did a good job playing about 10 minutes of basketball with 4 fouls. So not a bad second half for him. As we see Dreisen at the line, trying to convert another 3-point. And this one's no good. Only 2 there, a rare miss for him, but this is rebounded by Underhill. And he'll give it off on the far side to Storley. Now to Alex Johnson underneath. That shot just a little bit off the mark, and Underhill tried to get the rebound. I didn't quite see who they pointed it to. I think this might be Chisago Lake ball. It is. Oh, Wildcats will hold on to the ball. It was knocked out by Centennial, they'll say. And the inbound, wanted to go to Underhill. Instead, they'll go to Cowenhoven. Cowenhoven drive inside. That one is in, and he draws the foul. Nice job there.
That looked a little bit like what we saw in the first half.
Yeah.
Drive to the basket, get bumped, get the end 1, go to the free throw line. No, let's knock down the free throw.
And Binder with his 4th. Cowenhoven trying to make it a 3-point play. Cannot. It's rebounded by Binder. So only 2 there for Cowenhoven. And Hansen, no good, but Dreisen will tap it back in for 2. 85-56. Cowenhoven with it on the near side. Back to Masita now on the far side. Winds up in the middle for Underhill, and Cowenhoven for 3. It's good. 83-58 now. Or 85 rather. 85-59. With it, Max Johnson on the far side for Centennial. Back to Dreisen. Dreisen gets around the defenders, and what a nice layup there by Jackson Dreisen. That was a good-looking layup, 87-59. Cowenhoven to Lucida, now to Storley. It will wind up getting back to Cowenhoven on the far side, and well off the mark there. Hansen with another rebound to add on to his night. Dreisen brings it forward. He'll take the long 3, no good, but his teammate Max Johnson was there for the rebound and the putback.
Snuck in there as the shortest guy on the floor. Probably got the rebound and put back.
Storley holds on to it, gives it, trying to go underneath to Pearson. Pearson instead will give it back outside to Storley. Storley, top key to Lucida, now to Cowenhoven, inside to Pearson. Pearson lost it, not real sure what happened, and Dreisen will come away with the steal. Max Johnson gets the bucket to fall, plus the and one. Will be the second now on Lucida. Team's 9th, and it's 91-59, and we'll start to see the bench
subs.
guys, the JV guys come in for Centennial. We've got number 33 in there, and that is Bryant Richardson. And Max Johnson looking for the three-point play. It is good. Also in is number 10. We'll try and get his name to you as soon as we can. Betts with it. Now on the near side, it's Lucida. Lucida back to Betts. Betts working quickly, driving his way inside, just absolutely bullying. And I think they're going to get a foul here on Centennial.
Betts just overpowered the smaller defender, went to the basket.
And now he'll shoot, I think they said twos, as Max Johnson was called for the foul. First one's no good from Betts. Score stays 92-59, 3:41 to go in our game. And that one's good from Betts. 92-60, and then a pass trying to go quickly up the court is well long. And the Wildcats get it back. We'll get a sub here. 31 checks into the game. And 31 for the Wildcats is Luke Leadholm. And now, with all that confusion, we've got a timeout called here by Centennial.
Timeout Centennial. I'm sure they're going to get some subs in here. I see they still had a couple starters in the game, so they'll get some subs in here to wrap this thing up.
92-60 is our score. While we have a moment, we'll take a quick commercial break. Be back after 30 seconds.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsand, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. 92-60 is our score. The Wildcats trail the Centennial Cougars with 3:39 to go. Been a tough one for the Wildcats, and they get another steal, does Centennial. It's Binder with it. Off the inbound, nonetheless. And it's Sean Eline. Up the court, now to Max Johnson. Back to Espinosa. On the far side, trying to get around the defender. Gives it to Johnson. Johnson got a screen. Shot no good. And battle for the rebound. Oh, couldn't grab it. It was Charles Borman, and unfortunately, it's going to keep it with Centennial. Checking in for the Cougs is number 13, Brett Pullman. Wearing number 13 for Centennial. Wildcats also got another young man checked in, as this one is up, and was that Max Johnson? It was for two. 94-60. And number 10 for the Wildcats is not on the roster, so I apologize. Inside, though, is Jack Storley. He gives it out now to Leadholm. Leadholm now again with 7 seconds. 6-5. Walker with it. 4 seconds to shoot. 3, and the shot is good. Walker will get it to fall for 2. 94-62. This one taken up by Eline is poked out. Now a 3 here for Richardson is good.
Richardson making the most of these minutes here, knocking down the 3.
No doubt, 97-62. They're trying for 100. And Jack Storley will go the other way and put it in for 2. 97-64. Eline with it on the far side. Spin move, trying to drive inside. Stops, now trying to go back outside. It's nearly stolen away, but Max Johnson's going to come up with it. Max Johnson inside. Outside Richardson. Richardson, a little bit late release on that one. It's no good, but it was Pullman coming in for the rebound. His shot's no good, and rebounded by Borman for Chisago Lakes. A 3 on the other side, no good. Rebound up for grabs is going to be Espinosa grabbing it for Centennial. And Eline will drive it forward. Gives it near side, Max Johnson. Wide open underneath was Richardson. They missed that pass to him. He's going to try and spin around. Pull-up jumper's good. Got the soft hit bounce off the back of the rim. 99-64. Now a steal here by Richardson for Centennial. A 3 by Espinosa is off the mark. And rebounded here by the Wildcats. A 3 from Leadholm is no good. Rebounded by Richardson. And timeout. I'm going to get a couple subs in for Centennial.
Yep, with the clock running.
And
ref just wanted to get the subs in. Centennial wants to get some starters out.
15 and 22, that is Wesley Kukkonen and Brady Anderson, who will be in for Centennial. Richardson thought about 3, pulls it down, driving inside. Shot is up, no good. Jump ball. Possession arrow favors the red and white. 20 seconds to go. Nearing our final. Centennial will obviously try and get one more shot just to get that 100 on the board. Well, we'll wait and see if they do. Yeah, they're going to go for it. I like it. Be aggressive. Shot's no good. Oh, and somehow nearly they got the rebound, but instead it is the Wildcats who get the final shot. It's number 10, unfortunately, who is not on the roster. And that will do it. So 66-99 is our final. The Wildcats do fall to Centennial. A tough one here for the Wildcats in the second half. Really a tale of two halves is really what this one is going to be. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll recap this game, let you know what's possibly coming up for us later on as you're listening to boys basketball on 95.5 FM KBEK.
If aches and pains are holding you back, Wellia Health is here to assist you. Our sports medicine team is dedicated to getting you back to your passions. With extensive experience and expertise, we specialize in managing concussions, a worry for both young athletes and adults. Whatever the injury, let's get you back in action with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or conveniently schedule through your MyChart account. Visit welliahealth.org for more information.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Your local radio home for Minnesota Vikings football is WCMP.
Breaks another at the 30, and he's loose!
Your favorite hometown team with your favorite players.
Caught by Jefferson!
Don't miss the hits, the action.
Touchdown Vikings!
Catch the excitement all season long.
And he caught it!
Minnesota Vikings football is on Cool Country 100.9 WCMP.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, the Wildcats of Chisago Lakes fall to the Centennial Cougars 99-66. Taking a look at the stats here for Centennial, leading the way for them was Jackson Dreisen with 31, 22 for Tristan Hansen. He had 12 of those, or 13 rather, in the second half, and then 11 from Max Johnson, and then 9 for Binder, 8 for Beck, 7 for Carlvin. They had 22 steals, 5 blocks. They were 10 of 14 from the free throw line and actually wound up with more fouls than the Wildcats did, but that was just because they had 13 in the first half. They wound up with 19 in the entire game. For the Wildcats, leading the way for them with 29 points was Joe Cowenhoven, and then 11 for William Pearson, 7 from Underhill, 6 from Betts, 4 for both Seifert and Walker, and then 2 from a variety of players like Storley, Johnson, and number 10, who unfortunately is not on the roster. Rebound-wise, leading the way was Pearson with 7, 6 for Cowenhoven, 5 for both Betts and Seifert. They had 14 steals, 5 blocks. They were 14 of 28 from the free throw line, exactly 50%, and 17 team fouls. So, but again, we talk about this game, and one of the biggest things was the free throws. They were 50%, which on some nights may actually be okay, but I think in this game, if they were closer to 75, this would have been a much different story here in the second half because, well, they would have started a lot closer than what they were at half, at a 47-32 deficit. Instead, it probably would have been closer to a 9 or 8 point deficit, and this second half would have been a lot different.
Yeah, I think we said at halftime they were 11 for 22 from the line. They were in the double bonus, I think, with 7 minutes to go. Had opportunities at the free throw line. You know, you make 75%, now it's a much closer game. And Centennial's got to make decisions on when they're playing their kids in foul trouble, things like that. Second half, they weren't able, Chisago was not able to get to the free throw line. Just started the half with too many turnovers in the first 5-6 minutes, and then the game got out of hand.
Yeah, unfortunately it did for the Wildcats, and because they played well, they continued that hustle and that pace and that effort all throughout the game. It never stopped, and that's one of the things. Even when it was a 25 and a 30 point deficit, they never stopped. They continued to play as if they were only a couple points behind, and right there within the couple points of getting back into a tie or even a lead. But just the effort was quite awesome to see from Chisago Lakes, especially, again, it's Christmas break. It's a day off. They weren't here. No, they weren't here for school during the day. They probably slept it. All these different factors, and they still played like they did with that effort and that hustle. That's going to bode well for this team, not just for these seniors, but for next year's seniors and the next year. That is going to be. It's kind of a program setter, really.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, if I'm the coach, I'm going back and I'm watching film. And losing can be negative. They're 1-8 to start the year. They've got some conference games coming up that they're going to be in the ball game. They're going to be in the mix for. So if I'm the coach, I'm going back and watching film. I'm picking out a couple of things that we want to get better at. Maybe breaking the press, things like that caused some turnovers today. But I'm also pointing out some of the things that we did well, focusing on the positives. Okay, because these kids are going to get beat down from their 1-8 record. Focus on some positive. Focus on things that you're doing well as a team. And tonight it was the effort. It was the hustle plays. They did play solid defense, right? And so if you can continue to work on those things and focus on positives, you're going to keep your team together. One thing that I saw late in the game here, a Chisago Lakes kid was fouled under the basket. I saw all 5 of their kids on the court come and help them up. And I think that's still important. You're down 30, and yet you still have your team playing for each other. And I think that's going to go a long ways as this team moves forward into their conference more of their conference schedule.
I think it will, and that's a good point. That sometimes you might see teams who not necessarily have relinquished to the fact that, well, this game is over, but they won't necessarily be. They'll be more hanging their heads. They'll have that disappointment. They really didn't show that. They really stuck with it and kept that positivity within the entire team, whether it was the starters, the backups. They just kept that going throughout, right up to that final buzzer. For the Wildcats, this will be it for this year until the new year, that is. They will play this Friday, January 3rd, as they will host Mounds View. Again, Mounds View did lose as well to Andover here today by 2, so that should be a really good game, Mounds View and Chisago Lakes here on Friday. Then next week, they will have 2 games on the road. They'll be at Princeton and at Cambridge Isani. Those should be 2 really fun games. Both Princeton and Cambridge Isani hovering around that 500 mark, but anytime you play in conference, it's always a fun one. So those 2 should be good. The conference doesn't end there, though. They play the next week at home against Zimmerman and St. Francis. So it just continues, and it doesn't get any easier for Chisago Lakes. No nights off, but I think that Friday game should be a game that should be a lot closer. And I think they'll have a really good chance at winning that one.
Yeah, those conference games are exciting, right? You know your kids are going to be ready for those games. You know your opponent extremely well. You know Princeton very well. You know Cambridge. You know what they're going to bring to the table. And you know your kids are going to be up for those games.
Yeah. As coming up for us, we will have some games on Friday. Not sure as to which ones yet, but I know we will have Pine City basketball as they host East Central. That is going to be a really good game. It's a conference game. Let me tell you what, these 2 teams, the last however many years it has been Kyle Allen versus Darren Fote, that has been a phenomenal game. I can't wait to see what that one turns out to be because that should be another physical one. It's born into a rivalry, so that should be another good one. Then we'll have boys hockey, Pine City versus Princeton on Friday. That'll be another good one as those 2 teams need some wins here getting towards the middle of the season, which is crazy to think about that hockey's nearing the middle of the season already. And then we'll possibly be here Friday. We'll have to wait and see, but there is a possibility that we will be here on Friday. But that is going to do it for us here at this one. The Wildcats fall to the Cougars of Centennial 99-66. I want to take time to thank all of you who tuned in, whether it was on 95.5 FM KBK or on our YouTube. If you are listening on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way, anytime we go live with a local sporting event, you will be notified. And all you have to do is click on the notification. It will take you right to the live video or audio that we do have. Also, thank all of our fine sponsors. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be able to be out here and call this game, so we appreciate all of the fine sponsors. And, of course, the good way to stay up to date with all local sports is our morning show over on 95.5 FM with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30, on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. Then also our websites. That's what I wanted to say. Our kbk.com, wcmpradio.com. We have our sports schedule on there under the sports tab. And then also our social medias, our Facebook pages for both stations, our Instagrams for both stations, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports, interviews, game recaps, games coming up that day, breaking sports news, LOI signing, all that and more on all of our websites and social medias. But again, I was joined by Chris Gable. And Chris, any final thoughts here on this one?
No, I'm just excited to see what Chisago does throughout the rest of the year. You know, you get through the big school Mounds View, and then let's get into Princeton and Zimmerman and Cambridge, and let's see how this team gels together and stays together as a unit.
Absolutely, and they will, again, be back here on Friday hosting Mounds View. But again, that is it for us here. The final Wildcats fall to the Cougars 99-66. For Nice 95 FM KBEK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gillen. That was Chris Gable. Thanks so much for joining us, and have a great rest of your night.